Disclaimer, this video is meant to be scrubbed back and forth and paused. I packed a ton of information into each screen because this is 15 hours of work packed into just 40 minutes. Wendell and I mapped every tower along the Salton Sea, starting with the tower behind Capri Road, which is tower number 1. This is where we started out from, on the Capri Lane side, tower 1, and then you just head south around the Salton Sea, tower 2, tower 3, 4, 5, and you keep going until you hit the line where it becomes the, these ones are being observed from the North Shore observation where the IIG West position was, so you can see all of these from the IIG West position, and then pretty soon you hit the towers that you can only see from Capri. So going back on up north would be the Capri observation towers. This is frontage vertical, Scott and Monterey. So you go down Scott and Monterey to find the red blinky light on the Capri side. It's right near Lorenzo's gas station. So we're going to check out the altitude and height of it. In order to get the height of the towers, we used an altimeter to find that the Salton sea level is negative 233. Google puts it at negative 230. So apparently it has evaporated 3 feet since they took that measurement. So you have to subtract whatever altitude we are at from that, and you'll get the height of the cliff underneath the towers. That, or we had the altimeter zeroed out at sea level, so raising them up foot by foot should have given us the exact altitude. Now we did find out that one of our altimeters wasn't really working, so we tested the altitudes again and again and again for you, and tried to get the one that the altitude that most of the altimeters were agreeing upon. Google Earth put the base of the red blinking tower right behind Capri Road at negative 164 feet, which is 69 feet above Salton sea level, and here's what our altimeters said. They basically agreed with that.
We're at this first Scott Tower, and we've been here a few minutes, and now we're at 55 on one and 65 on the other.
And we're going to get a perspective shot to try to get its height. Okay, Wendell's standing at the base of this thing, so we can try to get the height of it for you. Okay, so by duplicating squares at Wendell's height of 5'8" on up equaled 19 squares times by 5'8", Tower 1 is approximately 108 feet tall. I used the app called Dist Measure to be able to zoom in exactly, you can see right there the tower, to the location where my P900 was sitting on the beach that day, 2 feet above sea level at the picnic table. Ended up being 15,982 meters, which is 9.9 miles away. We discovered that each city around the sea has about 2 blinking red towers, and they appeared to be cell phone towers. Tower 2 was right behind Capri Lane, a little bit farther towards the mountain by this sewage pond, and it had a porta potty and a telephone pole right next to it, so we could get the height really well. I used the porta potty and Wendell at a different time to average the height of these telephone poles, and they are 29 feet tall. So the telephone poles in that area are 29 feet tall average, and I used those to compare them to the height of the towers to start getting the height of the towers.
Did you get a good shot? Did you get a good shot?
I did. It was awesome. I have a telephone pole right next to it on the same level.
All right. Okay, good.
Help us get the height of it.
Right. So that's the second one we saw from. See, there's the other tower. You can see it over there. See it blinking? That's where we were on Scott Road. It was right over there. And then Capri is like right in that direction. Well, wait a minute. Is that the yellow house? We're on Coolidge Springs in the 86, right? Just coming back from that one tower that we just saw. And here we're seeing, that's the yellow house with the blue roof. And then right next to it, not there, but what do the altimeters say right now? Oh, here they are. So one says we're at 26 feet. I don't know if you can see that.
Mine says negative 169.
And one says we're at 65 feet.
So since we had realized that one of our altimeters was purely broken, and altimeters and apps have a notoriously hard time working at the Salton Sea anyway, we decided to agree upon the altitude reading that agreed across most of the apps and along with Google Earth. We had one saying 64, one saying 65, Google Earth says 71, so we agreed upon these stats for Tower 2.
What, South Marina Drive? Yeah. And then this is this tower. It's right here. Hey, we're at Salton City. Oh, we can get right real close to this one. Look. So here we are at the Salton City Tower. Sydney's gonna get her thing out here too. So.
Okay, here's the third one we're investigating for height. Telephone pole right next to it, so we'll use that to estimate the height of this one.
One says on the right says 118, and on the left it says 154.
Before it was actually saying negative 87, so that was on the road.
On the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we got the data, so we'll do the calculations in a spreadsheet later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So altimeter 1 said 154, number 2 said 118, my app said 144 to 146, and Google Earth said 137. So we felt that 150 elevation was very fair on this tower number 3. The distance to observation side was 25,020 meters or 15.547 miles. Salton Sea City, Seaview Drive. We're
and the
coming
cross
up
street's like Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Yeah.
We're coming up on the 4th tower, which is very close to the water. Okay, that's the sea, and observation side is over there. And here's the Blinky Tower. We're at Tower 4, just past the sea, about 30 feet above sea level this tower is. Wendell is posing for us to help us get the height of it. Wendell is 5'8.5" tall, so 5 foot 8.5 inches tall.
Okay, we're at American Tower. This site right here, 411031. This is nice of them to put that little thing by us here. There that is there. Awesome shot. And here, on the left meter, we're seeing 39. And on the other one, we're seeing what, 73, 72?
This is a shot of my altimeter app, and surprisingly, all of the altimeters and Google Earth agreed altimeter 1 was 39, number 2 was a little off at 73, my app was 31, and Google Earth said 32, so we feel we can confidently say the altitude is 35 to 40 feet above sea level maximum. And here I'm just finding the distance, which was 15.138 miles away. After these stats, we will have our first interlude, which is Wendell and I exploring our first zombie trailer, best place ever to film a zombie film or end of the world film. The sea gets what the sea wants.
You want to use the bathroom?
Yeah, I want to use the bathroom. I'm trying to get in. Nobody's letting me in.
Is it unlocked?
Hi, can I use the bathroom, please?
Oh snap. Hopefully there's no dead bodies in there.
I know. Hello? Oh, it's totally abandoned. This is crazy.
So somebody used to live here. Look at all the dust.
Yeah, this is creepy.
Wow.
Whoa. They had a lot of shoes. There's like 3-4 pairs of shoes. 5 pairs.
Apparently.
This is actually still pretty nice. Look at the cabinets.
Sure.
Yeah.
Reading and note-taking guide. Hey, these look like adolescent books, school books, don't they?
Yeah, there was kids in here.
Kids in here, yeah.
Crazy. Oh, what is this really old book?
I don't know.
Oh, it's a Globe Earth
It's a globe.
book.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
It's a Globe Earth book. It's called Presented St. Matthew's Churches. And it's a church book with the globe in it.
With a globe in it. Great. Well, you've made there. What other
Look
picture
at
are they
this.
going to
It's all
show?
full of stars.
Oh, all
What the
right.
heck? What the heck?
Wow.
It is weird. It's like a church globe book.
Oops.
Weird.
Well, we'll get it right someday.
Wendell's crazy. This is the road we're going on. It's basically not a road. It's just
Through the dry riverbeds would be better.
it's out in the middle of nature. The dry riverbed looked safer. We're heading towards
Towards that tower.
That's-
We're getting closer.
tower.
We're on a mission.
So we quickly decided we were about to get stuck in these sand dunes, and we backtracked quickly. This is not the way to go. If you're trying to get to Tower 5, don't try to follow these dirt roads. We recommend you backtrack from Cane Springs up to the very, very first orchard and enter this little entrance that says private entrance, don't enter. Just go ahead and enter it anyway. Nobody really bothered us. Go past all the orange trees, turn right at the end of the road past these orange trees, grapefruits or whatever, and there's our little tower. I was kind of glad we got lost though, because I saw this row of interesting palm trees lining the shore of Salton Sea. So I snapped a picture of those. Here we are in the Salton Sea, third time around. Woo!
Yeah, this is very agricultural. So what we're really here doing is we're trying to get to this tower over here. You saw it earlier, but we were on the road from hell.
We are at Tower 5 near the palm trees.
So both of them are reading 104, right?
Yep, both are reading 104.
104, okay.
And mine's 130, negative 130.
Oh, maybe one of them dried out by now or something.
Well, that's not right. Google Earth put the altitude at 63 feet above sea level, unlike all of our altimeters that agreed at 104, so we decided to stick with 104 to be kind to the globe. Here again, I'm just getting the exact distance on Tower 5. It ended up being 24.119 miles away. It ended up being about 200 foot tall. Here are its stats. Thankfully, after getting almost stuck in sand dunes, Tower 6 was really easy to find and uneventful. You just go on California 78 south and until you find these palm trees, and it's literally just like right behind the palm trees. So just turn off the 78 onto Allen Road and boom, there's our tower. So I will get the distance of that now for you. Tower 6, 45,101 meters away, or 28.024 miles from observation side. Coming up on Tower 6.
Tower 6.
Tower 6, South Shore. Google Earth put the altitude of Tower 6 at 37 feet above sea level. We found it to be a little higher, so we're going with the higher altitudes to give the globe the best possible advantage.
So much to it. That's a big jump.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What's 230 from 180? 230 minus 180, what is that? 50. Actually, this one's more correct. We're about 50 feet up because it matches with my phone. You can find Tower 7 by going to 1621 Bauman Road in Brawley, California. It's in a bunch of farmlands and dust devils and haystacks and water canals, and you will find it right there, right next to that water canal on the left side. Dust devils. We never said it was a hospitable environment.
No, not at all. Dust devils.
I've seen so many dust devils out here.
Tornado.
That one's coming almost right towards us. Look, it's getting close.
Awesome. Here we are at Tower 7. After being caught in dust devils, here is the height and now the altitude. 40, 70. I think it's 70. This one's the correct one. 68. Yeah, this one's showing 68. Mine's showing about 69. 70. So
This is this tower here. We just took to the location.
yeah, so Tower 7 is 70.
My American Tower. Site Westmore T2 Cal 41608.
Tower 8 is in a residential area of Westmoreland, right there at Center Street and First, and it is 36.445 miles away.
Tower 8. Ta-da! Tower 8 is reading 155.63 altitude.
Yeah, it's one's at 72. That's the one that's accurate. What does yours say?
Mine was saying like negative 151, which is about 70 feet.
Okay.
50, 60.
This is tower number 8 in the town of, is this Westmoreland? I think so.
Yeah, mine's over here saying like 80 feet. Over there it said like 75.
Okay.
Somewhere in there. There was a mirage on the road. I hope you can still see it. It looks like the road ends and curves down, but actually it doesn't.
Go faster so you can see it
It just keeps going on. But if you really wanted to believe in the globe, you would think that it ended at the mirage line.
Oh, look at that. That is
But
like
it
glass out
clearly
there.
does not end right there. Interesting, right? And they act like that can't happen on water. Actually, they did admit that it was happening on water too. Getting to Tower 9 is real easy. You just go to Church and Brown Street in the city of Calipatria. And as you can see, I can't map to the North Shore anymore because now we're getting on the other side of the lake and North Shore would not be able to see that tower. So I'm going to have to start getting the distance to Capri because these will be the towers that we observe from the balloon side or Capri. So I'm just going to get the distance to that and it ends up being 57,892 meters or 35.972 miles. Tower number 9. Approaching tower number 9.
So here we are at tower number 9. There you go for that. This is in a big like yard on the south shore. And what we have here, we're talking 35 feet on the one, no, 39 feet on the one that works halfway decent, 95 on the one that doesn't. Oh, now it says 42 feet. So what are you getting on your app?
Okay, so let's see here. My app is saying
197, so about 33 feet. Does that seem right?
Yeah.
And that one's 199,
like,
so 30,
35 feet
31
now, yeah.
feet. Yeah, so about mine's saying about 30 feet. Wow, cool.
This is like vacillating between 42 and 35. I don't know.
This one's 199, so that is, well wait, 230 minus 200, yeah, that's like 31. So, okay, so this is tower number 9, right?
Yep.
So if you head out from Tower 9 to the Salton Sea, to South Shore, towards the geothermal plant out there, you will find a DERRY rig, which is a giant tower that we stopped and asked them how tall it is because we couldn't get the photos there. They said it was 175 feet tall, and you'll find it right there on Crummer and Lindsay Road in Calipatria. Now, the thing is movable, that's why you don't see it here in this picture. They do move it around a little bit, so I couldn't quite count it as a tower, but if it's there, we should be able to see it. So I went ahead and got the distance for you and the location of it. And just heading out to the South Shore to find it should be really fun because there's a lot of sparkly pelicans and really interesting photo ops. Lots of dead tree branches out there in the water. So that distance was 46,035 meters or 28.605 miles. We made a little mistake getting to Nyland too, so I'll tell you what happened. So you don't want to do what we first did, which was we went up the 111, which is correct, but then we turned on 4th Street. We went down, found this cool house with a yin-yang gong on it, and walked through this awesome jungle. I mean, it's cool to do just for sightseeing. It was really fun. There's a yellow zombie chair there and everything, and it's like a little jungle scene, but there's a fence there that blocks you off from the tower. So instead, I suggest you come in this direction, and you go through this little lot towards the Chamber of Commerce. There was no gate or anything.
and go all the way down. Boom, your tower is now fence free. I clocked the distance for you, got smart on my app finally, and changed it from metric to imperial, and it's 31.53 miles away.
Now we actually made it. This is the Facebook tower. Woo! Or FaceTime.
Mine is now saying 150 on both apps.
150?
So that puts us at 80 feet up.
80 feet.
Yeah, so it's quite different. So, okay, hang on. Okay. I'm not sure why these ones aren't agreeing, but mine, both apps are saying 150 right now. 150 above sea level, which would put this at, let's see if I can get that. That would put us at like, at 154, that puts us at, I think, at about 80 feet. So I called this 10.2 tower because it's not a red blinky tower. It's actually a very tall, skinny, white blinking railroad tower right behind the Nyland Tower 10. So we got it anyway because I'm pretty sure we can see it, and this is how you get there. So you're going to start with the Imperial County Sheriff in Nyland, head on over here onto Main Street, and then turn on this frontage road, and you'll be able to get to it. And here's what it looks like in satellite view. Now, I didn't feel that the height of this thing was as important because it's just so tall. I doubt it's going to be very easy to calculate any missing feet from it if Earth was a globe. But it's really important to be here for hopeful and helpful identification purposes of the Nyland number 10 tower. So I went ahead and estimated its height, and I got its distance for you. And that ended up being 168,668 feet, or 31.945 miles.
Pacific Railroad Tower. You're saying it's 10.2?
I'm calling it Nyland 10.2.
Okay, all right.
The Union Pacific Railroad, it's minus saying 105.
All we can see are just scrubs. No red blinky light.
You're saying 124 and 32.
So which one's right?
The 131 is right.
Okay.
Yeah, not the 33 one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bonus. Pretty desolate out here. That's our next tower. That's Tower 11 we're going to go to next.
Yeah.
Get birds. Just a big old railroad yard here, looks like.
Tower 11 is real easy to get to. It's right behind the railroad tower. You can see it visually off the Beale Road there. And we had a little issue. It looks to be at the same height as the other tower, but since our altimeters were broken at this one, we chose the higher height for you on the altitude. It's 32.566 miles away.
It's interesting that that one still says 124. Isn't that what it said before?
78. What is 230 minus 80? 150?
250.
230 minus 80?
Yep.
I think it's 150, isn't it?
250.
230 minus 80. Can't be 250, Wendell. You're going backwards. You're going the other way.
Wait.
Okay.
You said 330? Wait.
230,
230 minus 80.
80.
Yeah, it's 150. Sorry.
150? Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Okay, good. Okay. Thought I was going crazy there for a minute.
I thought you said 330.
So, this one says 124.
Isn't that what it said before?
I think that's the correct one.
Okay.
Mine is saying 78. We're at Tower 11, correct?
Yes.
Oh, well, it just shot to 50. Let's see which one this says. 51. So I don't know. Mine's saying 51, which would put us at pretty high elevation. That would be it.
What, at 51 feet?
That would put us at like 180 foot elevation here. If mine is correct. Mine's saying 50 on this one, and 53 on this one,
We got 45 on that one.
and 45. So this is the correct one, actually.
Well, see, now the lower one's the correct one.
The lower one's the correct one, yeah.
God, it's switching
One of
back
these
and
is
forth.
correct, one isn't. I
Wow.
know. Yeah. We got to the next tower and I couldn't include it because we couldn't get any stats on it. It was behind a military minefield and we didn't really want to get exploded. So we just have some pictures here for you because it is a tower, but it's not in the list. To get there, you want to go north up Slab City. You're going to pass a bunch of solar panels as you're going. And if you want to check it out, there's a canal right there that reminded me of the Martian Chronicles. And the tower is right there behind a big military fence, so I wouldn't risk it trying to go in there. We just decided to include it here in case it's seen visually, but we have absolutely no stats on it.
So, Sydney, what did we just find?
We just found like a minefield, unexploded minefield, and I'm glad we didn't step in it.
Like, that's the gateway to oblivion.
Yeah, that's the gateway to your death right there.
Yeah, right there. Oh, and here we are on a dirt road and we're holding up freaking traffic.
Because we want to look at the mines.
Because we want to look at the mine thing.
And look, there's a bunch of possible mines over there
Look
too.
at all the unexploded ordnances,
Oh yeah, those trains look like they're filled up with explosives.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the military was
says
coming out to do, right?
Military reservation.
Well, I certainly have my reservations.
Super cool, I found Slab City on the way back from the military tower. Slab City is the city with no laws and no taxes.
Crap, we didn't even realize we were at Slab City. We're almost here! Slab City! Woohoo! This has been such an adventure. Almost here. Nat has herpes. Unbelievably, here we are by accident at Slab City, the city where there are no laws, I believe, no taxes, and people just live for free, and they all have guns apparently. Roaming dogs, Slab City Library and Trading Post, East Jesus Sculpture Garden, Repent, truck. By Slab City, we didn't have time to go inside your weird art thing. Just passing
range for gun shooting.
Slab City houses and solar panels and things like that. A bunch of different kinds of kind of homeless looking trailers and also places that seem to be set up like eco houses or something. Just a bunch of different stuff. Heading up on the library and the Slab City Hostel.
Oh wow, look at Dully's Lane.
Here's Dully's Lane in Slab City. Cute little street sign.
That's
For a
a
bunch of
nice
campers.
lane to live on.
Like some homemade sodas, zucchini bread, peanut butter cookies, banana bread. Welcome to the internet cafe of Slab City. And then over here we've got some other businesses springing up. And here is the Slab City Hostel, if you dare stay. And here's somebody who set up a little tree house. Probably their kids live in there or they live in there. Here we've got the radioactive hut. This one's nice and radioactive. Wayward Girls. The kitchen. So somebody's got that set up. Maybe that's a whorehouse.
I don't know.
Wayward Girls. Here's the library. Finally. It's a large city here actually. Don't know how the library is set up, but it's in there somewhere.
There's somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's go check that a bit.
Maybe that bus is the library? Oh my gosh, look at the trash behind
Trash city.
Slab City. It's just trash.
This
Like
is the Slab
miles
City
of
dump.
trash. Oh my gosh, gross.
Oh, no, no, no. Come on, you guys, really?
They don't care. They're just trashing it.
This is trashing it.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, they're hanging it in the trees.
Maybe it's an art project.
An art project of trash.
Look, look at
I
that
know.
tree there.
They're hanging it. Yeah, this one, it's like, this is Trailer Park Boys right here. Ricky just hung all of his trash in a tree to consider an art project instead of taking it to the dump. Can ya learn to recycle, people?
Yeah.
Learn to recycle or something, I don't know.
And what would it take to really come out here and clean it up?
I thought the idea was to repurpose
repurpose this stuff.
Yeah, so what's up with that?
I don't know.
And let's say you, for example,
There's another street sign we'll put away. Too. Chandelier is gone. Some people keep their places real nice and some people don't. Look at this. It's got like a. This one's real nice.
area there, yeah.
They've got
Lots of
plants
plants
going
growing.
and all kinds of stuff. The sun works. And then
So this
there's
is
a
the
bunch
solar
of
panel
solar
guy.
panels. There's a, yeah. But have you noticed that everyone here, even the dogs, look happy?
We did notice that. Hey, check that out.
It's like regardless if they're living in tents or they're living in nice places. Okay, that's interesting. What is that one? Little fans all over it. Now leaving Slab City. Caution, reality ahead. Goodbye, Slab City. Bye-bye. Look at all those cameras, and they're pointing towards the people in
Yeah,
the
towards
USA.
people going south.
Why are they doing that? Like they want to keep people in the USA inside or what?
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask the guard, I guess. They just took our picture? Why would they take our picture?
Keep track of what's going on.
Word.
Hey, quick question for you. I understand all the cameras pointed this way to see who's coming in, but why all the cameras for traffic going south?
Which one's going south? Oh, over there?
Yeah.
They're actually not our cameras.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, is it Mexico's cameras?
They're not Mexico's cameras either.
Oh.
They're DEA's cameras.
Oh,
DEA?
really?
What's that?
Well, who would
Drug?
Drug enforcement?
who would be sending drugs that way?
Well, they send money that way.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. All
We
right.
thought you were trying to get Americans to
No.
stay in America. We were like, what's going on?
All right, thanks a lot.
So they're trying to stop the cash from flowing to Mexico.
I guess.
Interesting. Okay.
Wow.
So on the way to Bombay Beach, you're going to get your photograph taken by the government. You're going to pass this weird Martian landscape. And to find it, it's real easy. You just type in Bombay Beach. It's a real small city. And then head on over there to Avenue B and 2nd Street. You'll see it poking up over the entire town. It's a real small place. And the distance here
To Capri Road is 17.6 miles.
So this is strange. Well, maybe it is. Maybe we're in a hole here. I don't know. We got -3 and -2. They're agreeing. Yours says -241.26.
Which would mean that this is 11 feet below sea level. The salton sea level. Or above. It's above or below. This one says 6, 3,
And we're at
2. Okay, so yeah, we're basically almost at sea level.
the Bombay Beach Tower.
It seemed crazy to us that we could be negative sea level and we had sunstroke, so we decided to go off on a search of the city and discovered a giant berm which is acting as a dike to hold the water back from destroying the city.
Here we are at Bombay. We're trying to figure out why it was so low. And here is this like berm thing. Is it like holding back the seawater? I don't know, but we decided to come over here and check it out. So what do you see, Sid?
I see the sea over here.
Yeah. So is it actually, could it be below
Maybe
sea
because
level?
we're kind of going downhill here and that we're up on the ground.
Yeah, because that's like all, maybe that is sunken.
Look, that's sunken in and that's sunken in.
Right.
And this is the top, this is like the up part.
Look at that like canyon over there.
Yeah.
So Sydney's gonna go for a run. It's about 103 degrees out. Very humid, 103 degrees. And there she goes, folks. What a trooper. Anything for FE. Anyway, she's gonna go check and see how far down the sea is. Okay, there she is. She's trying to get an idea of where things are at there.
Discovered the Bombay location is crazy because not only is it basically at sea level, because see there's a little cliff here, that's the sea level, flat sand, a little cliff here. The cliff lasts a while, and then I'm going to show you, run back there. Sorry, I'm panting. And then this whole entire city is sunken down a little bit. So the berm here lasts a while, and then the city's almost at sea level, and that is the Blinky Tower that I'm hoping we can find tonight.
She's taking some video. It's about 18 miles away from Capri. Here we are at 5th and something street. So we're going to be able to see this, I'm sure, even though it's not very tall, and it's almost, you know, not very far above sea level. Well, the salton sea level. So here comes Sydney. She's running. She's burning some fat. She says she's been losing weight on all this FE stuff. Oop. Don't tell her I said that. Run, Sydney, run! Run, Forrest!
You won't believe what I just found.
What'd you find?
This city is at sea level.
It is, yeah?
Yep, here's the other cliff that goes back down.
Okay.
So over there's a little berm, a little cliff.
Yeah.
It comes up from the sea, goes flat,
It goes back down.
comes back down over here.
So is it about the same drop on the other side or
Yep.
something? Yeah.
About the same drop.
Okay.
This is just a really long berm right here,
Oh, I see.
holding the sea back.
Okay then.
Cliff right here. So
Yeah, this whole berm like goes around that way
this is a
and
good one because
goes way down there.
that thing's basically at sea level, and it's 17 miles away from Capri.
Okay.
If they can catch this one, whoa!
Right. Well, you'll do your calculations when we're in the car to see how high that tower is for
Okay.
sure.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I'll do that.
All right, let's motor.
Here's why we were so excited about Bombay Beach and why we took such extreme time and measures to explain and show you everything about it. Our eyes and our altimeters were putting the elevation at 2 to 8 feet above sea level. Google Earth said it was 21 feet above sea level, and the tower ended up only being 70 feet tall. So even if we take the highest elevation of 21 feet from Google Earth, add that to the 70-foot tall tower, we're getting a 91-foot tower. And the Earth curve calculator says the whole entire rig should have been under 144 feet of curve. Plus, we believe this to be the tower that Spencer admitted on tape to seeing with his own eyes standing at the Salton beach level, which is why I put it at 6 feet up for Spencer's eye line on the Earth curve calculator.
Tower 13. 13 is the lucky number.
Tower 13.
If you find by just heading up the 111, there's no real road for it, but you'll see it right there off of Grapefruit Boulevard and the 111. And it is very, very close to the original IG West position over there at the Salton Sea State Recreation Area. In fact, you can see it from that area with your eyes.
Oh, this is 13.
I think this one's 13.
Yeah. And there's 2 actual towers here. But interesting on the footage here. What, negative 16 and 2 feet?
Okay, so this one is saying negative 13 and negative 2.
Negative
And
2.
mine is saying 226, so it's about 4 feet above. Oh wait, now it's gone to 16. 13.
I think the one on the right is the more
The accurate one? Okay, so mine is saying 4 feet difference from sea level. I think 4 feet above sea level. Or no, about 7. This one's saying about 12 feet above sea level.
Okay.
So we're
So
very close
we're
to
not
sea
high
level.
at all.
No.
Oh, and there it is.
And that one said 13 and this
The distance from Capri Road over to Tower 13 is 9.925 miles or 52,402 feet.
Last but not least, we're just going to get this Tower 14, which is a giant one, and make sure it's not the one we're trying to film due to the blinking lights strobing at the same time once the night falls.
To get to Tower 14, it's real easy. You can actually see Tower 14 from Tower 13, and you just head on up the road and you'll see it right there. Like I said, you can also see it from the recreation center area where the IIG West was positioned. And this tower is a tall white blinker, not a red blinker, 164 feet tall. Its distance to Capri is about the same as Tower 13 at 9.93 miles or 52,428 feet.
You're
My iPad
You're-
just ran out.
out of power?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you need?
Can you film this or photograph? So this mine's at 251.
Right.
which puts us at like 30 feet, 20 foot difference.
And -3 and 3. -6 and 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's go to my other app and see which if they're green
Okay.
right now.
And then taking
Yeah.
photos.
254, so I think this is about 20 feet above sea level.
Why don't you go
And
check?
that's what I think Aaron was saying too, it's like 20, 30 feet.
Why don't you go charge up real quick and then you get this last photo.
Okay.
All right.
And here is a spreadsheet of all of the towers with their heights, distances, and elevations, as well as curvature, expected curvature for a 5-foot camera above the Salton sea level, and some maps of the towers located around the sea with some of their statistics. Have fun tower hunting at the Salton Sea!